Okay, one more. Let's do Pico as well. One more race to go, and that's the King League. Of course, I also try out Samurai Goro on the Night League, but it's also nice Meat City. Meat City at night. So I think they all perform slightly differently, you know, the racers, but I think all of them perform decent. Like, you know, there are pluses and minuses for like all of them. But it's not like the biggest deal to, you know, choose different racers and whatnot. Yeah. Missed all of them. I'd rather land in the rough patch than hit one of those mines. Those mines suck. Like, they'll do a lot more damage to you than perhaps, you know, how fast you're going. Oh, yep. That's why we didn't want to hit any of the mines. Not that you'd want to, you know. Just, you know, it's bad news if we do. But at least we only hit one, so it's not too bad, I guess. Looks like looks like some of the other guys hit some of those mines as well. Good game design. Yep, number one. We are number one. Yeah. Okay, Death Wind 2. Much trickier one. Okay. Unfortunate we didn't use the speed boost. But, although in this, at this point in time, you know, when the game was made, rubber branding was such a it was very much a thing that a lot of these companies, including Nintendo, did. So that's why you always have those, you know, rivals right behind you. Of course, if you're good, you can outrun pretty much any rival, but they'll still be like, still be one step behind. Yep, like that. Captain Falcon. Come on. It's just... Oh, and final lap. That's a risk. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay, one, and bam. Whew. Port Town 2. Yeah, this is the one with the magnets, I believe. Still, Port Town's music is kind of classic to me. I like this. I like this track. Okay, come on. It was getting a little tricky for me because I needed to balance using I think my thumb on the accelerator and also finger on the shoulder buttons. At this point, I'm pretty much just rambling. Come on. This is another difficult one. To be honest, a lot of these tracks in the Final Cup are on the difficult side. And that area there is really tight enough that it's just... eh. Come on. There we go. There we go. I'm good so long as I don't hit anyone. That's the problem. It's really hard not to. In the original F-Zero. Okay, come on. God damn it. My mistake. Final lap, or is it? Yeah, final lap. Awesome. And I think there goes Stuart, actually. Yeah. Whew. Man. That was a tough one. Okay, so this is 4. So there are 2 more tracks left in the game. I should have started a little bit earlier, but well. Again, like, last time, this is really a test in drifting ability and also doing that. We could go on the left side. I don't really want to. I don't want to risk it. Fuck. Okay. Oh well. We got hit by mine, but it ended up not being too bad, I don't think. Okay. Oh well. I do find it interesting that to compensate for the lack of racers, they had just a bunch of bots on the track that aren't racers. They're just, you know, they're not playable. They're just like random, like, you know, those two guys over there. Okay, awesome. And then I think it's final lap. I think. Yep. An extra life. Awesome. And there we go. Which also means that no matter we're off to far field, and no matter really what place we get, we'll still get first. Firefield. This is the hardest track in the entire game. And you'll see why. You will see why. The mines first. Okay. The drifting. There we go. More drifting. Gotta be... Oof. Let's try that. Gotta be really careful. And then magnets. Doesn't really matter which side you go. And then here is the only healing place. So, yeah. All those elements is what makes this track particularly difficult. That turn is... That turn is something. And on top of that, you know, the area in which you do get healed is not as fast as the area in which you don't. Okay. Oof, we missed the healing thing. Okay, we gotta avoid these mines. Yeah, it's just hard not to get hit, really. Not to get hurt in any sort of fashion. You really have to use your drifting. Always approach that turn from the outside, because yeah, that's the way to just kind of go about it. Okay, 2 laps left. Let's pray for a miracle. Come on. Yep. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Power down. Final lap, though. Better not get hit by anything. Which I don't think is going to be likely. Likely, you know, we will almost certainly get hit by stuff. Come on. There we go. Oh, no. Second, not first. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. We got first in that anyway. Whew. And yeah, that's F-Zero. I think we'll play maybe one more, do one more race with Samurai Goro, just the easiest cup, but yeah. Other than that, we're pretty much done with F-Zero, honestly. Okay. So exit. Let's do one more race, one more cup with Samurai Goro. Yeah, night. Easy peasy. Yeah, there's my dog going crazy. It's probably easier to hear outside noises now, because we're not, you know, as I mentioned before, we're not streaming by the computer screen this time. We are streaming by the TV. Because I have a CRT TV in my little room, and that's how we're doing it. So, you know, I'm being a little bit quiet here. Just, you know, kind of focusing on the task at hand. But there isn't really that much I need to add, I don't think. But yeah, you know, as I mentioned before, doing things this way will become far more common as time kind of goes on. Um, oof, sorry. But yeah, the next few Super Nintendo streams actually will be here, and even the next couple of Game Boy streams will be done on the Game Boy player, which I'm excited for. So actually, you know, I never grew up with original Super Nintendo. I grew up with, and you know, you can probably guess by everything. I grew up with GameCube and Game Boy Advance, and so it's been some time at that point that Super Nintendo had come out, and my first experience with F-Zero, the original F-Zero, was through the Super Smash Bros. Masterpieces, where they had some games that were all available on the Wii Virtual Console to try out. And yeah, one of those games was, of course, F-Zero. I remember pretty much all those games. Zelda, Kid Icarus, Donkey Kong, Kirby's Adventure, I believe, as well. Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Star Fox 64, Zelda, Ocarina of Time. That might be it. I have very fond memories of the masterpieces, even if they only gave you like 5 seconds to actually play the damn game. But speedrunners have managed to get to the end of Ocarina of Time just by playing the demo, because, you know, the way that those masterpieces worked was that they actually had the entire game on there. It's just the game itself kind of timed you out after a certain amount. I've also mastered drifting in Super Mario Kart, which not too many other people can really say, apparently. Not that it's, you know, gonna be an easy time. It really isn't, because the CPUs are insane. Absolutely insane. Um, So we'll actually be playing that on, not on the Super Nintendo itself, but on the NSL, I think. So I would always hear the argument, of for anything of just using an emulator. And while I do use, emulators to some degree, you know, most of the time I only use emulators if the game itself is not found online at all. I like to have like a digital and physical copy of a lot of games. Um, but in the case of if a game is available to at least purchase, I guess, then I would go that route. And the reason is simply that for me, spending money on something is almost like a thank you. Like, theoretically, yeah, I could play this on the emulator. But, like, I'm thankful that it's at least, playable in a digital state. So officially, so I don't really care that much. But I do much prefer, the ability to buy things, and I do think that all the, Nintendo Switch Online games should be available on the eShop to buy. Because people would, pay extra money if they like a game. They can buy it on the eShop. They would gladly pay extra money for that. So I don't see a reason why not. It's good for game preservation, Okay, a couple more maps. The tricky one. Especially as we're dealing with the wind and the other racers at the same time. Awesome. Got the double boost. There we go. My worry sometimes with the current TV that I'm using, which I actually decided to get last year, is that I do feel like sometimes some of the sound isn't coming out. I don't know if that's just the games themselves, or if that's me or the TV. I don't know. But sometimes I think about that. I kind of experienced that with A Link to the Past. Because some sounds that I would be expecting, it's either quiet or almost non-existent, so... And I have not ever played the remake on, or the port on Game Boy Advance. So it's not that. There we go. First, okay, one more track left. And then we can call it quits. Silence. Silence, why so noisy? Okay. So I actually don't know what kind of planet Silence is supposed to be. Same with Deathwind, it's just kind of mystery to me. Maybe, you know, it's supposed to be like nondescript, I guess. But the background does kind of look like I forgot what age of Earth it is, whether it's Ordovician maybe. That has the giant mushrooms, fungi. It's. Oh, I should also mention that it's not like fungi. It's a thing related to fungi. But yeah, there was a time in which there were no plants except for giant fungi on Earth's surface. You know, of course, you know, life was happening beneath the oceans, but on land, yeah, that's about it. I'm a big paleontology guy. I feel like if I went to a university, that's one of the things I'd be studying. My college didn't really have anything relating to paleontology, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have taken it. I mostly took, originally I took language classes, C++, you know, programming, political science. Then I went into history and then film. History including like anthropology and archaeology and stuff. There we go. There we go. Dance time. Yeah. Man. Yeah, we got first and everything, like usual. Um, but yeah, pretty soon. As soon as, you know, this is done, we'll probably call quits for today. And then stream tomorrow as well. Also a game, directly on the Super Nintendo. That's kind of exciting. Oh, yep. Yep. Okay, well, thanks for joining me with Super Smash Project number 146. 147 is next. That's Pilot Wings tomorrow, actually. But until then, toodles.